What's up, guys? Good evening and welcome to Roma Theory. Roma 1, Bologna 0. First game of the season, done and dusted. I'm so happy. I cried a river before the start of the game, and I'm not even joking. I cried a river because I missed this so much. I missed going to the stadium. Not that I was at the stadium today because I'm in France currently. Excuse me for this very bad lighting, but I'm still on holiday. I'm back in Rome in a few days. I missed the stadium. I missed the adrenaline, the emotions. I missed everything about this club, about this family, about this community. I missed speaking to you guys about games, about players, about getting 3 points. And I'm so happy today because we're back doing what we love. And what better feeling than an August hot air at the Stadio Olimpico win, Gasperini's debut, and to put the cherry on the cake, WESLEY to score, kissing the badge, with everyone around them so happy, stadium singing out loud. I miss this so much. It's what we live for. It's what I live for. It's one of the most important things ever. As you can see, now you can't see it. Yes, you can. 1927. Let's speak about the game. I think I really liked the game today. And I'm not saying this because we won, because there were many times, especially if you've been following this channel for a long time, where we win, and I'm happy because I'm a result guy. If you're new here, then buckle up, but prepare. I'm a result guy. If we win 1-0 or 3-0, for me, the most important thing is 3 points, and that's my philosophy. But, if you win 1-0 and add it with a good performance, I'm so happy. And I think today we played a great game. I think today the manager should be very proud of the players. I think the players should be very proud of themselves. And I think what was perfect today is that the lungs worked so well. Now, you're probably looking at me going, what does that mean? The lungs worked so well. I've never seen in a very long time players running this much, players fighting on every ball, and the example of WESLEY is the example. Scored a goal, was everywhere today. Everywhere today. He had cramps 10 minutes to the end of the game and he kept on pressing, Mancini, who is a centre-back today, spent 80% the majority of game time today, he spent in the middle pressing. He didn't spend around the defence line. And even the likes of Ferguson, we're going to get into individual performances, Kone, dominance, this concept of, using every brink and element of oxygen that you've got in your lungs, and you need to finish the game after 90 minutes that you are completely depleted. And I think that today, of course, there were moments of the game where the rhythm was a bit lower. There were moments of the game where the intensity was a bit lower, because it's not logically and mathematically possible for these players to have optimal condition after, less than 2 months. It's going to gradually improve. But I think I was very surprised by the physical condition of all the players after game week 1. I was not expecting this performance at all. I said this in the match preview. I actually tipped Bologna as slight favourites because, Bologna were more prepared to playing like this. I think Italiano and Gasperini football and tactics do mirror themselves. I think very good game, guys. I'm very, very proud. Very proud of the boys. Again, we need to keep low, because how many times have we started well and then ended up not so well, or the opposite, we started bad and then ended up very well? Consistency is the number one thing. Consistency, work rate, identity. Building, encapsulating this identity, solidifying it, training session after training session, game by game. And I think if we stick with this manager, we're going to get optimal condition in like 3 months. We're going to see the optimal condition of players managing to keep the intensity going from minute 1 to minute 90. But I was very surprised by how well we contained, everything, our lungs and our fitness after one game. Quick comment on Bologna. Bologna, again, nowhere near the team that they were last year. Normal. won the Coppa Italia last year. It's going to be difficult to replicate such a good season. They've lost players. I do think a lot of these players, even our players, were far away from how Italiano wants to get them playing. The one thing that I will say about Bologna is that they were way more threatening when Castro came on and when Immobile got injured, because the fact that Castro was their main striker last season. They know how to play with Castro. They know how to play. They understand him. They understand his movements. They understand his offside traps. And Castro is the most threatening player on their side, in my opinion. The crossbar that he hit was probably the most dangerous thing that Bologna did today. Very good player, Castro, I must say. Somebody who never gives up, fights on the ball. And despite not being that tall, he really puts that fighting spirit on every ball that he's supposed to run to. So yeah, I do think there was a difference in Immobile starting and playing and Castro. Immobile was a work in progress. The players understood Castro way more, and it posed more difficulties on us. Another thing, however, defense. I still need to kind of encryptify, if that's even a word, our defense. I can't tell if we're good defensively or not, because of course we were a good defensive team. Like we're well known for being defensively solid. With Ranieri, we won so many games 1-0. With Mourinho, we were great defensively. These players, Indica, Mancini, Hermoso as well, even at his times with Simeone, Atletico Madrid, they are defensively good. I'm not doubting their defensive abilities. Mancini's right. Mancini's improving game after game. What a game! What a performance by him today. But this season, I still can't kind of decimate our defense, because Gasperini sometimes doesn't focus too much on the defense. Today our defense was good, moved together, the pressing of the centre-back, detaching from the three-man defense and moving upwards to press. In this case, Mancini worked perfectly. We kept a great balance between running forward and adding numbers of players to the attack and then tracking back to the defense. I think everything, the balance between attack and defense worked great today. But I've got question marks on our defense, because it's a well-known good defense. But at the same time, in this playing system, we could see its limits. That's my point. And we are going to see its limits, because we have seen its limits, especially when at times we play with a higher defense line. I think on purpose today we didn't play with such a high line. But there are going to be games where we're going to play with a higher defense line, where we're going to suffer more defensively. Moving onwards, Wesley had a great game. He started a bit wobbly in the first 20 minutes, but then he improved a lot. He was a train today. My man of the match next to Manu Kone. Manu Kone and Wesley were my man of the matches. And then Ferguson. Again, I'm not digging on Dovbyk, but Ferguson did more outside of the box in 60 minutes than Dovbyk did in 30 games. That's not a dig, that's no hate, that's the truth. If you've been following Roma games, you can confirm this. He's way more agile. His all-round play is so much better than Dovbyk's, which is why he's your number one striker. And I've said this during preseason, and I'm going to say it again. As of now, there is no world where a fit Ferguson starts ahead of a fit Dovbyk. No world. The only way Dovbyk starts ahead of Ferguson is if Ferguson isn't fit. Played a great game today. Probably should have scored a few goals. Kone should have scored that goal. It had to be 2-0 today. That goal was easier to score that goal than to miss it. But the all-round build-up to that shot that Kone missed was great. I think moving forward, I missed this so much, guys. I'm so happy. This lighting is terrible, by the way. Don't mind it. I missed this so much. I'm so happy that we won today's game, because I think, and you can tell that Gasperini was nervous today. And when the referee blew the whistle at the end, Gasperini was like, as if you won like a semi-final of a Europa League. Why? Because Gasperini knew and knows, because it's not over yet, how important, how crucial it is to start well. It's so important. So for Gasperini to have won the first game in front of his fans means everything to him. Starting well is crucial, is absolutely crucial. And he knows this because these fans put pressure, especially as we've said multiple times, to a manager that, to the hardcore fans, he isn't their closest friend. So starting well is so important, and especially with all those ghosts that we repeated in the match preview, all that anxiety of starting the season badly, with all those ghosts of last season and everything that happened in the first 2 months, 3 months last season, starting well is so important. Because if we start well before we reach the optimal condition, then we get to the optimal condition that we're going to get results for fun. And this is so important, which is why today's game was also because, as I said in the match preview, having won today means that you got the most important 3 points of game week 1, because this was the most complicated game. So now you know that you've got 3 points against Bologna, a team that last season you didn't beat, neither at home, neither away, a team that will compete against you to try and get European spots. You've beat Bologna. Of course, you got to beat the rest. Not everyone, and we can't beat everyone, but you've beat Bologna, which is why always better to get the best teams first than when everyone reaches optimal condition. It's so good that we got them now because they're still not fit. You get Bologna in 3 months, it's a completely different game. Orsolini wasn't fit today. No one was fit today. Immobile got injured after 20 minutes. Bernardeschi got subbed in after 10 minutes, the 10 minutes to the end. The only good player for them today was Castro, who wasn't even fit, but tried to change their game. Guys, I'm so happy. I'm not going to keep it too long because I'm not live, as you can see, so I'm not going to read the live chat, but I want you to let me know in the comments what you think, what this game showed to you. Are you happy or are you not happy? I'm going to read the comments. Hit the like button. 200 like can we get 200 likes, or am I asking too much? If you're happy, if you're gassed, first 3 points, team played so well, unite, unity, team, community, family. I cannot wait to get back at the Stadio Olimpico, and I'm going to try my best to go to Pisa next weekend. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy. When the season starting the season with there is no better feeling than starting the season with a win, guys. There isn't. One last thing before I leave it. We need to get a left winger. I love Elsha, but Elsha can't be a starter. Elsha can't be a starter, and somebody in the fan forum was going, well, we need to start Elsha because he's the captain. No. What does that mean? If somebody's shit but he's the captain, not that El Shaarawy is shit, but I'm just giving you an example. If somebody's bad but he's the captain, do we really need to start him? No. I'm not, that's not an example to give to El Shaarawy. I love El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy played good today, but El Shaarawy isn't starting material. He ain't anymore. He's reached some level. He's a perfect super sub, but he ain't a starter. We need to get a left winger. We desperately need it in these last 9 days of the transfer window. Add quality, add squad depth, because we will need it in a few months, and we're going to look back at this game and go, we need to add quality because we still got time in the transfer window. Let's not make it run out. Guys, love you all. Hit the like, subscribe. I'm so excited. First 3 points of the season. Forza Roma sempre. Simo out.